So here's the deal. You're waiting in line. Could be for the phone, could be for a movie, could be to check out a library book. You kind of want to have one of these things, a Neo Geo Pocket, and the game you want to have is the match of the millennium. It's SNK versus Capcom. Tons of SNK fighters and tons of Capcom fighters. These are the two recognized champions of 2D fighting. They've come together and they've created an excellent fighting game. Tons of animation for all kinds of special moves, all kinds of flip moves, all kinds of counterattacks, thrown in all kinds of mini games, so there's sort of an Olympic competition. And there's tons of secret characters to pick up in here. It's not going to be something that you just blast through in a weekend. It's going to take you a long time to find everything in this cartridge. I'm giving this thing 10 out of 10. I don't see how they could do this better than this. So what do you think about BattleZone, the Rise of the Black Dogs for the Nintendo 64?
Why did they publish this game?
Well, you know what I think the problem is, and you gotta have to give credit to Crave for thinking this game could do well on a Nintendo 64. The game is so advanced, the Nintendo 64 can't deal with it.
Oh, come on.
No, it can't. There's too much stuff going on in this game.
The graphics are absolutely.
That's a new one.
They're absolutely ridiculous. Graphics suck. The sound is probably some of the most annoying, crappy music I've ever heard.
I think if any of the consoles should have gotten BattleZone, that should have been the Dreamcast.
There's like battle mode and there's arcade mode, and you know what? They're all trash.
What do you get BattleZone there, buddy?
It gets 2 explosions.
2 explosions.
2 explosions.
Well, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. So what did you think of Force Commander for the PC, LucasArts' Star Wars real-time strategy game?
How long have we been waiting for this?
A long, long time ago.
That's right. And where was it supposed to come out?
In a galaxy far, far away.
I wish it would have stayed there. The reality is this, is that the graphics are 2 years old, because that's when they, you know, were supposed to finish this
Well, it's not just the graphics, it's a 3D engine. The only reason that I would say check this game out is because it's got Star Wars, and it has the license in the vehicles, and you can command units. I like the waypoint mechanism. It's really easy to get that stuff and to group your units. It's really easy to do all that kind of stuff.
You know what I didn't care too much for was the whole, like, the interface takes up like a third of the screen.
I know, that's crazy.
I mean, it pops up and it's like, wait a second, what is this, widescreen mode?
And it would be okay if it was good looking, but it looks like crap. I'd actually play it because it's Star Wars. I think I'd play it all the way through. I'd get online and play other friends and fans of Star Wars. But, you know, that's really becoming not enough to recommend a game anymore.
It's just, you know,
it comes undone. The graphics aren't good enough. The interface isn't
too
good
little,
enough.
too late.
Yeah.
Too little, too late.
Well, I'm going to give it a 6.5. You know, I'm still going to play it.
I get a 5.8.
5.8?
5.8.
We're going to talk about Armored Core, Master of Arena.
Hundreds of thousands of different combinations. To me, every single mech looks exactly the same.
Well, they all kind of do the same stuff.
Yeah, you can have hundreds of thousands of them, but for the most part, they all look exactly the same. So who cares?
You've got your mission-based gameplay, so you're going through the things and you earn money and you get weapons and you buy and make your mech tougher. But then you also have your arena mode where you can battle other players or you can battle computer challengers.
It is the most in-depth mech game ever in the history of the planet.
Exactly.
2 discs for a mech game. They would have spent the time they took to make this such an in-depth game and put it into, oh, let's say, I don't know, the graphics?
Yeah.
Because the graphics blow.
Yeah.
The graphics bite, blow. They spent way too much time.
They bite, blow, and suck at the same time.
They do. Can't even use the analog stick.
Yeah, it doesn't use
What's
the
up
analog
with that?
controller.
It vibrates, but it doesn't use the analog stick.
You can tell they've just used the exact same engine that they used to make the first Armored Core.
I'm going to give it a 5.5.
I'd give it a 6 out of 10. We're on to Sword of the Beserk. Guts Rage.
Guts Rage.
It's just a killer.
Well, now, Guts is the name of the character.
Yeah,
we must say that.
With the wonky eye, but he can kick ass with his big sword.
I always try to click through the intros and everything.
Yeah, me too.
The story in this game is truly awesome.
Yeah,
it really is.
And the way they've done it all together. I mean, the Dreamcast can handle graphics like this, so it looks really slick, and it's very seamless between the CG cut sequences and the gameplay. It's like Soul Calibur style graphics meets Final Fight
Hack and slash.
meets Resident Evil. because you're basically walking into different camera angles and slashing your way through all kinds of bad guys.
I wish there were more hack and slash moves. I mean, there's really, you can only really do, you know, there's 2 buttons out of all the ones on the Dreamcast that are actually hack and slash.
Some projectile weapons and stuff.
There's Beserk mode where the whole screen gets red and he's like, ah! And he starts going crazy. That's good stuff.
That is very
How many games, though, can you say have a naked elf with green hair called Puck? Now, how many times?
Not many. This is a game you play through once, and then you're kind of done with it.
I give it an 8.5.
Wow, that's
very high.
Way too much.
I like it.
Way too much.
Like it lots.
I give it a 6.5.
Oh, give me a break.
6.5 out of 10.
How can you give it that?
Because there's no replay in it, man, and it should have been 2-player.
But it involves you so much into the storyline that you love it.
It's a 1-player game.
Must buy.
It's okay.
Must buy.
No, it's not.
Okay.
6.5 out of 10. Rent it first.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, let's blast out of here.
No, see, mine was funnier.
Mine was better, though. It's the delivery.
Look,
it's all the delivery.
You can find all the games featured in Reviews on the Run and hundreds more at all Microplay locations across North America. Remember, Microplay, buy, rent, sell, trade.
If you like this week's show, then you're definitely going to like next week's show. So come back and see us next week. Of course, if you didn't like this week's show, then you're probably not going to want to come back.
Production assistance for Electric Playground is provided by M-Player, Earth's free multiplayer gaming service. Sony Computer Entertainment, makers of Siphon Filter 2 for PlayStation. And Computech Media, publishers of Insight Video Gaming, Insight PC Gaming, and Insight.com.
It's called Shenmue, the most highly anticipated. And I was so sure about it, too. Anticipated.